Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Swift Art. My name's Barbara Swift. Today's video is going to be on negative painting. This is a painting that I already have started. I'm almost finished with it really. But I wanted to show you how I got to do all these little flowers around the bird here. I first started with spritzing my watercolor paper with a water bottle and just making droplets of water all over my paper. And then I took my paintbrush full of watercolor and just kind of dropped in the paint in different areas. And the effect that you get is all this blending of the watercolor here and also this nice lacy kind of feathery edge. You can see I've done it all the way around my bird here. I start my paintings like that a lot of times. A lot of times I'm not sure what I want to paint, but I just want to get in there and start painting. So I'll spritz my paper with my water bottle, start dropping in some paint, and then once you let it dry, it kind of does its own magic. And it starts to form different edges on it, like up here, or really soft edges, or these little lacy things. So right here I saw leaves, so right away I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be flowers. This looks like a tree with leaves and then all the different colors of flowers in there. I know you'll never see a tree with all these colors of flowers in there, but hey, it's your painting, it's whatever you like to do, and I'm a pretty colorful person, so that's why all these colors are in there. Okay, so the negative painting though is this leaf right here, or these little flowers. I did that with a negative painting technique. And as you can see, it has a hard edge on the inside of the leaf and a really soft edge that blends into nothing on the other side. And that's negative painting. I'm going to zoom in. I don't want to get you all nauseous here with the wiggling, but I really want to show you up close what I'm going to be doing. And we'll try to get the camera to calm down there. I'm going to show you first on a piece of scrap paper. So here's my scrap paper here, and this is one that I already did to show you. So see, on this side it's a nice crisp hard edge, and on this side it's soft and blends all the way into nothing. So we're going to do another one here. So you want to start with your paint being a pretty thick consistency, so mixing your paint with your water. You want it to be really thick so that the paint will stand up off of the paper. You want to be able to see a line raised up of paint on your paper. So I'm going to sit down here and show you. Okay, so mixing up my paint. And I have a number 4 round silver black velvet brush here. I like them. They have a lot of spring in the bristles of the brush. You want to go in just a very small area, probably no more than an inch at a time. So there's my paint. It's raised up off of the page. I rinse my brush in some water and get some clean water on my brush. And I'm just going to touch one side of that paint, like that. So you can see how that just softened that edge. Rinse it again, add some more water, and come back with my softened edge. And just keep on softening it out until it blends into nothing. Okay, it's just like that. My husband just came in the door. You can hear my sliding glass door. Okay, so then you just blend it out until you can't see the paint anymore in the background. And so there's, you got a nice hard edge on one side, nice and clean, and a very soft edge onto the other side. Okay, so we're going to continue on and go into the painting here. And we'll start doing some flowers right in this area here. So as I'm looking at my paint spritzes, I can see, like I said before, the leaves over here. I'm looking at, like this area right here has a little darker bit of a center there. That would be maybe a nice inside for a flower. Here it already looks like the petals are defined, so I'll probably add a flower there. And as I'm adding my flowers, I want to just do parts of flowers. I don't need to do the whole flower all the way around, because in nature the flowers would overlap each other. So I'm going to try to let some of them overlap as we're going and doing this. Okay, I'm going to start with my pink again. This is called Opera Pink. Really nice hot pink. If you're a hot pink fan like me. And then I'm going to go right in here where that little green center is. So I'm going to take my paint and just make one petal at a time, making sure that my paint is thick and raised up off of the page. Rinse out my brush in the water and just come on that outer edge. Try to do it without covering it up with my hand here. And just softening that outer edge completely into the background. And then I'll just, drop my brush. I'll just blend it right on out like that. Okay. So now I don't want to go right next to what I just painted because it's wet. And wherever my paint is, it will go right where anything is wet. So we will make a big blob, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to come on the other side here where I know it's dry. And I'm going to paint those petals. Another one there. Paint's nice and thick, standing up off the page, the paper. And then I'm just going to come around and blend it with my water. Now see, you could do that kind of effect too, where you have a really dark silhouette. Or what I'm trying to do, I have that on some of them, and then some of them I just have it really soft where you hardly can see the flower. So I'm just going to come back and take some of that paint away with water on my brush. Just like that. Okay, and then I'll fade it out into the background. Now as I'm doing this, I'm getting all these different colors faded into the background where it still kind of shows a little bit. So you get a different kind of texture in your background that's really pretty. So you can see that right here. I have, you know, some of this pink and some of the purples and stuff kind of coming over here, and as I continue on, they will overlap and it'll make an interesting background for my painting. I'll do another one while that one's drying. I'll come over on this side. I already started one in purple here, so it's got 3 petals. I'm going to put 1 petal right here. Take my brush, rinse it out in my water, and now come along that edge and fade it out into the painting. Okay, and then I'll come back over onto the top of the flower. Oh, it's still too wet. So now that's not going to be as defined. One way I can fix that though is I can take a paper towel, nice and clean, and just set it on top of that and press down. Don't rub or it'll make a blob, but just press down and pick it right back up. And see the paint? It's right there on my paper. And most of it has gone away from my flower. I can do that again. Maybe get a little bit more paint off. A little bit, but that's about it. Well, that's okay. I can still come back and add another petal there. It'll still be defined when I get through. And then I have the white in the center that kind of brings the flower together. I'm also going to do this same technique with some leaves. So here I already kind of have a leaf there. So I'm not going to put a leaf there. I'm just going to let that be the illusion of a leaf. But maybe I want some leaves coming out into here like that. What you just heard was my little dog Declan bothering my older dog Coco. And Declan is a puppy. He's only 4 months old and he wants to play. Coco's 6 years old and she still plays, but not as much as him. He's got a lot of energy. So he's irritating her. So I'm just going to take my water. See that? I'm just blending it on out. And I'm going to let this kind of overlap, not blend it out to nothing, and let some of that green still continue to show through, because that'll add texture to my background of my painting. So you can blend it as little or as much as you like. And there's my little leaf. Okay, I'm back. I had to turn the camera off for a second, but we'll finish up here. Alright, so we're going to continue on. It's nice and dry now, so we're going to continue on and do one more flower for you just so you can see it again. Okay, so I'm going to do with the purple. And here where I had made that little blob there that we blotted up, I'm going to make a petal because I can just see a little bit of an edge there. That will be one side of my petal. And I'm going to go right next to the other flower that I did. Rinse my brush off. And I'm going to try not to cover that flower up too much with my fading. Put the point of my tip of my brush in there like that. Okay. Come back around on this side. And just make that come on in like a little petal. There. And that works. I didn't cover up too much of what I did before, but it also looks like it's covering up the flower there, so that's how it would be in nature, so I'm happy with that. Okay, and then I just kind of took my tip of my paintbrush and just made a little kind of half circle there, just to make kind of a defining center of the flower. So they're not real technical flowers, they're just kind of illusions of flowers. Alright. So, there's my lesson in negative painting. I hope this will help you out. I'm hoping that you'll try it and leave a comment for me and let me know how it went for you. If you like my videos, please subscribe and press like and share them with your friends. Alright, that's it for today. We'll have another video next week on another technique, and we'll be learning watercolors for beginners as we go along. And I'm going to zoom this out a bit and then move my painting a little so you can, there we go. And I'll put a still photo of it when I'm all done on the top of the video. Alright, thank you. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.